Okay, so today we are taking two big SUVs out, both petrol V8s. They make a lot of noise, they've got a lot of space. In fact, they're both 7-seat cars. So we're going to take them out into the pouring rain and make a wintry video. Yeah, let's go and have a look at them. So obviously one of the main similarities between these two cars is the fact that they've both got 7 seats. So if you have a very big family, you can take them. There's not many 7-seat cars on the market, so let's compare these two, how easy they are actually to use as 7-seat cars. Okay, so you can see the 7 seats here, the 6th and 7th seat sat in the boot floor. There's 2 buttons on the side here, raise up out of the ground, except they've hit the parcel shelf. So let's put those back down. Let's take the parcel shelf out. Take the parcel shelf out and presumably throw it in the bin. Let's just put it back here for a minute. Okay, right, so that's that. That's taken up your entire boot now. Let's put these seats up. Okay, 7 seats. Pull these things. Oh, there we go. You have to excuse the noise, there's a private jet over there. I forgot my ticket sadly, so I couldn't get on. Jesus Christ. There we go. Right, we are up. So, 7 seats in place. All this time you've had 5 screaming children at your feet, but ignore that. Let's go round here. How do we get into the back seats? Well, you pull this lever. Oh, and then you push this lever and pull that lever, and you can climb aboard. Oh dear. Oh dear. So here I am in the 7th seat with this Bentley Bentayga. I wouldn't want to sit here for any length of time, but let's go and see how the Mercedes compares. Okay, so now we're at the back of the Mercedes. Let's see what this one's like to sit in with several screaming children at your feet. So no parcel shelf issue, it's right back here already. Pull these 2 levers and in a couple of seconds they are there, headrests and all. Let's go round and see how you get in them. There you go. Press that button there. Kaboom! Kaboom! Ah! All one touch buttonry. So much more comfortable. Now how do I now see, let's not celebrate too early because I have to still use my actual arms. Put that down and then pull that up. It's come back down again and gone back up again. I'm probably doing that wrong, but this is much more comfortable in the back row. There's more leg room. There's probably less boot space, so take that into consideration. But the rear seats in this are definitely more usable from an adult's perspective. Let's go and see what they're like out on the road. So welcome on board the Bentley Bentayga. This is the 4-litre V8 Bentayga, petrol. Pick of the bunch for me. It sounds good, it's refined, it's quiet, a lot quieter than the diesel version that they did. A lot less noise from the engine coming into the cabin. It's fast. It's probably one of the fastest SUVs out there, but it doesn't really, unless you've really got your toe down, it doesn't really feel like you're not like throwing back in your chair or anything. You know, it's a progressive waft to a fast speed, which is very in keeping with Bentley's brand. That's what they do best, alongside the likes of Rolls-Royce. I've done a video on the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, which I suppose is kind of a competitor to this, so you can have a look at that video over there somewhere. I'll put a link to it somewhere, or down there or somewhere. So let's think, why are we comparing these two cars? This one is a lot more money. When it was new, it was £180,000, this particular car. You can spec it up to way more than that, or a little bit less than that. This has got the spec on it that you want. It's got everything on there that you need, but without going over the top and just pointlessly throwing away money. This is now just under £150,000. So it's as fast as that Mercedes, pretty much. It has pretty much the same horsepower and torque figures. It is a 7-seat car like the Merc. It is massive, it's thirsty, it has a V8 burble. Well, actually, I'll tell you what, this is, so obviously like I was saying, they're both about the same performance. This has been averaging, we've been out in these cars for about 2 hours now, I suppose. This has averaged 24 to the gallon, which I think is really, really good. We'll jump in the Merc in a minute and see what that's been doing the exact same journey as this. What else can I say about this thing? I mean, it's a big, huge, comfy bus. It will do off-road stuff if you need it to. Not as well as a Range Rover, probably. You know, it's not a Ford, what do they say at Range Rover? Climb every mountain, ford every stream. It's not one of those. It's not a Defender, you know, it's not going to get you up to the top of Everest. Not that would either, but you know what I'm saying. It will take you enough off-road to get to the Pony Club, which is probably all you'd ever want to do off-road wise in a car like this. Yeah, it's fast, it's excessive, it looks really cool. I love it in this spec with the 22s, all black everything. It looks wicked. Really, really nice looking car. But it's got all modern technology inside. Like the infotainment system is good. It's got Apple CarPlay, which is better than Bentley's own infotainment, in my opinion. You know, heated seats, cooled seats, massaging seats. It does the lot. 7-seat, as you will see or have seen maybe already in this. The 6th and 7th seat are quite cramped, but a couple of kids in there be fine. You know, under 10 years old, I would say, stick them in there and they'll be fine for an hour-long journey or so. I don't really know what else to say about this thing. I mean, it looks cool, doesn't it? That's why you buy a car like this. Why would you buy this over a Range Rover apart from the 7 seats? I guess because you can. That's all it comes down to, isn't it, really? You buy this car over a Range Rover because it's 80 grand more new. It's a show of wealth. That's what it is. It's for the big dogs. That's why you buy it. Are you a big dog? Do you want a Bentley Bentayga? Yes. Okay, there you go. So let's go and jump in the Merc, see what that's all about, see how it compares to this thing. I've got to say, it's very refined in here actually. For the performance on offer, It's a seriously refined bit of kit. You hardly hear any engine noise, you hardly hear any road noise. It's very comfortable. It's everything you'd expect from a Bentley. So anyway, I'm going to stop waffling. Let's go and get in that Merc. Right, so now we are in the big Merc GLS63, and you can immediately hear there's so much more engine sound in this thing. It's a proper AMG. It's full fat, no messing about. This is a V8. Shut your mouth. It's a bully's car. This one. Listen to it. Yeah, I mean, they both do the same thing. They're both huge, big, comfortable cars. You know, I was saying in the Bentayga, I think it had done, we were on the way back to swap over cars, and I think that had done 25 to the gallon at the time. It had done 29 by the time we got back to the shop. This has done the same journey, exactly the same journey, same mileage, same time that we've been doing it, same speeds, everything, and it's done 13.8. So that's not very good, is it? For the same size, weight, performance car. So I don't know what they're up to with that. I guess they're just throwing away fuel to make it sound better, which is nothing wrong with that, but be aware of it if you're thinking about buying it. So it's a lot more wallowy, this thing. It feels a lot more like a big bus, whereas the Bentayga felt more like a car, felt a lot more agile around the corners, a lot more planted. It's got some really clever air suspension which stays flat the whole time. This doesn't feel like it has that. This feels like it's just wallows around like a great big coach. That said, if space is important to you, this feels like there's a lot more space in the cabin. There's definitely a lot more space in the rear. Smaller boot space though, if you've got the seats up. What I don't like about the Merc, I mean, right, so let's put it into some context. There's a big price gap between the two cars. Let's not ignore that. But scratchy plastics. There's no excuse for scratchy, flat, boring, horrible looking plastics in a 2019 car. There's no excuse for it. So I don't know what the hell they're up to here. Steering wheel's nice though. The bits that you actually touch are nice, leather and Alcantara, and it feels nice. It's a nice shape, nice chunkiness to the wheel. The infotainment is the same in every Mercedes of this age. Ooh, let's not go that way. Traffic central. Let's go all the way around the roundabout. I'm like falling out of my chair here, if you can't tell. That's how soft this ride is. This is in comfort. Hang on, let's put it in sport. Sports Plus. That's going to firm things up. Let's firm the suspension up. And it's probably going to make the fuel economy even worse, but who cares? It sounds good. What else can I say about this thing? Apart from the fact that it's huge and really hot. I didn't need this jacket on, that's for sure. So, which one do I like best? Which one would I recommend? If you've got the money, I mean, just buy a Range Rover. Oh yeah, no, you need 7 seats. So you can't have a Range Rover. Unless you want a Land Rover Discovery, that comes with 7 seats. That's not as luxurious as either of these two. You could have a Audi Q7 that's got 7 seats and half the price, not half the price, but a lot less money. It's also a lot more boring. What else can you have for 7 seats? Q7.
Volvo XC90.
Do they come with 7 seats?
Yeah.
The Volvo's a good car. It's quite cool. Quite like the Volvo. But again, it's boring. So, what would you have out the two? Crackling exhaust. That's a big deciding factor, I think, for a lot of people. If you're a petrol head, get the Merc, because it sounds good. It sounds really good. If you like AMGs, if you like that muscle car feel, this is that for the whole family. The Bentayga is really refined, really comfortable, quiet cruiser. I've got more money than you, get out of the way car. So it all depends on your personality, what you want from it, a car. Do you want everyone to go, Jesus Christ, he's loaded? Or do you want everyone to go, Jesus Christ, listen to the sound of that? Because they do both things. Yeah, it's up to you really. I mean, the price is the price. I don't know what I recommend. To be totally honest with you, there's no decision at the end of this. It all comes down to how much money you want to spend. They're both great cars. They've both got great characteristics. Both fit the entire family. Both would be comfortable in a long run. Both would pull your trousers off in a drag race. It's just, yeah, it's whatever one you like the look of the best, and how big your pockets are, essentially. So yeah, I'll try and think of a better conclusion on whatever our next video is. So I'll see you then. Goodbye.